On my way from Texas to Georgia, I recently needed a quick overnight stop, and I ended up booking the Embassy Suites in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I think it's fair to say this one was memorable, just not in a good way. It's one of those hotels where you arrive and think, well, this is kind of a sketchy neighborhood, I'll better take everything from my car up to the room. And then you walk into the room and immediately think, you know what? I think my stuff is actually safer if I leave it in my unlocked car. From the outside, the hotel looks fairly normal. Pretty much what you'd expect from an Embassy Suites. Nothing fancy, but nothing alarming either. But once you step inside, things start to change. The lobby and the atrium feel kind of outdated, not too bad, but they seem a couple of decades behind. And that first impression is reinforced by the elevators, which are impressively slow. But then you enter the room, and that's when you realize everything you've seen so far was actually the modern part. The room itself is filled with dark, worn-out furniture that has clearly seen better days. Right in the middle of the room there was a random trash can just standing there. At first I thought it was catching water from a leak, but no, apparently it was just forgotten. So, small win at least. And this is also one of those rooms where you instantly know it's better not to take your shoes off. The carpet had multiple stains, and in the corners you could clearly see layers of dust and dirt building up. Now, I'm just tall enough to look on top of some of the wardrobes, and I really wish I wasn't, because up there it was bad. Thick layers of dust and even some leftover trash, which itself had already collected dust, so that's probably been there for a while. The sofa came with a pillow that really looked like it had been through a war, falling apart on every single corner. Then I took a look at the lampshades, which are literal dust collectors. There was visible dust hanging inside them. And it doesn't even stop there. Dust on outlets and cables, stains all over the mini fridge, dirty window frames, and even the seals around the windows were partially coming loose. The desk setup was also interesting. It's one of those designs where the desk is half tucked under a cabinet, similar to what you see at Home 2 suites, but unlike Home 2, this desk is not on wheels. So if you actually want to use it properly, you have to wrestle it out across a thick carpet. To be fair, the desk chair was surprisingly comfortable, but also torn open at the edges so you could see the filling inside, not exactly inviting. Another interesting feature, the room had a total of 3 sinks, one in the main living area, one in the bathroom, and one in the bedroom. Now, since you don't even get a full kitchen with dishes or glasses or cups or anything, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of the main living area sink even is. But hey, if you need them for whatever reason, the sinks themselves were relatively clean, but the countertops around them were in rough shape, with cracked seals filled with crumbs, dust, and who knows what. The bathroom itself is quite small, with a shower tub combo, and overall it just felt like very little effort went into maintaining it. The shampoo, conditioner and body wash dispensers are all mounted at slightly different heights. Not a big issue, but definitely a sign of careless installation. And the lotion dispenser at the sink, hanging on a half-loose screw, tilted forward and looking like it might fall off at any moment. Now, enough about the room, let's talk about breakfast. And surprisingly, this was actually okay. It's your typical Embassy Suites breakfast with a buffet and an omelette station, and a big plus, real plates instead of plastic and paper. I mean, some letters on the back wall had fallen off, but that didn't affect the breakfast quality, it just showed the lack of maintenance in this hotel. So overall, I really can't recommend this hotel. Honestly, this place feels like it needs a complete shutdown and full renovation before renting out another room again. And I spoke to another guest while waiting for the elevator. He said, and I quote, You'd have to demolish this whole damn place and never open it to anyone ever again. And yeah, that's a bit harsh, but he was there for a week already while I was free to leave after the first night. So I kinda understand why he feels that way. And if I have to come back to Baton Rouge anytime soon, I will definitely look for a different hotel. But the good news, there's a Homewood, Home2, True, Hampton and Doubletree, all within a half-mile radius of the Embassy Suites. So you got plenty of alternatives. Thanks for watching this not so positive hotel review. If you want to see what a really good Embassy Suites can look like, click the video on the left or the video on the right to watch another review.